Since when were you cheating on me?
Wait, what are you talking about? This is our baby.
Whose child is it then? I'm infertile.
That can't be true. It's our child.
If you get a diagnosis, it'll confirm the cheating.
But my parents are red-faced and looking down. I hadn't done anything wrong and had expected them to be happy about the pregnancy. Then my sister, who had been silently listening until then, finally spoke up.
When was Ryan diagnosed as infertile?
Do you need to know that?
I'm a doctor.
Huh?
My name is Megan. I've been married to Ryan for 3 years. We dated for 10 years before getting married. Neither of us had a desire to get married, and we lost track of time. But since we'd been together so long, we decided to get married almost as a formality. We both devoted ourselves to our careers, which also delayed our marriage. Ryan is an architect, and I work in sales for an apparel company. We were so busy that even after getting married, it didn't quite feel real. Hey, Ryan. When's our next day off?
I'll check again.
Then send me an email. But who knows when I'll be free either.
Yeah, we never seem to have time off together.
Our work always came first. We were so busy that we couldn't even meet if we didn't live together. But secretly, I thought about having a child soon, considering my age. My company also deals with kids' clothing. Sometimes I work in that department, and children's clothes are irresistibly cute. I started to wish that someday I could dress my child in my company's adorable clothes. But I couldn't bring myself to talk to my busy husband about wanting children. So I tried to align our days off, suggesting we go out for a nice meal to discuss things. I know he's busy, but it's something we need to talk about someday. I decided to save my work to match his days off. One day, I wasn't feeling well and left work early after feeling dizzy. I'd been busy and thought it might be anemia. I rested at home, so tired that I didn't even notice when he came home. When I woke up the next day, it was time for work. Still feeling heavy and slightly nauseous. With a slight fever, I decided to take an unusual day off.
Are you okay? You've been sleeping since yesterday. Are you feeling sick?
Yeah, I might have overdone it. I'm taking the day off.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything. I'll get it on my way back.
You don't know when you'll be back, right? But I'll be fine. I smiled and told him. I'm usually pretty resilient, so I expected to feel better soon. I woke up later that day but still didn't feel well. I was worried about causing trouble at work. I dragged myself to the nearest clinic for a checkup.
You're 8 weeks pregnant. Congratulations.
Huh?
It's a baby. Have you been feeling unwell for about a month?
Well, work has been busy, so I thought I was just tired.
It's morning sickness. Take it easy, especially now.
I see. I left the clinic in a daze. Pregnant? Huh? Me? I hadn't realized it, but I'd been feeling off for about a month. But for someone who secretly wanted a baby, it felt like a gift from above. I was excited despite feeling unwell and went home. Maybe because of morning sickness, I was incredibly sleepy, but I couldn't wait to tell my husband and waited for him to come home. I wanted to see his face when I showed him the baby's ultrasound in a beautiful envelope. That day, he came home unusually early.
Megan, are you okay? I brought sports drinks and ice cream. Want some?
Thank you. I'll take them. Ryan, can you sit down for a moment?
What?
Come on, open this and see what's inside. I handed him an envelope containing the ultrasound photo. He peered into the envelope suspiciously.
Is this?
I went to the hospital today. I'm 8 weeks pregnant.
Wait, hold on.
It's our baby.
Wait a minute.
Instead of the joy I expected, he glared at me with red eyes. What's this reaction? It doesn't seem like confusion from sudden news.
Since when?
Huh?
Since when were you cheating on me?
Wait, what are you talking about? This is our baby.
Whose child is it then? I'm infertile.
That's not possible. It's your child. He stormed out of the house as if steam were coming out of his head. I was left bewildered and lost. More importantly, what does he mean by whose child or cheating? Beyond anger, I don't understand the meaning. I called my parents to tell them about the pregnancy. Hello, Mom? I'm pregnant.
Huh? Really? Are you okay?
What do you mean?
Well, considering you're not young anymore, physically.
I'll be fine. It's a baby I've wanted for a long time. I'll protect it.
I'll do what I can, but don't overdo it.
Thank you, Mom. I'll try not to rely on you too much.
Don't worry about that. Ask me anything.
I felt relieved hearing kind words from my mother. While my husband's words filled me with sadness, maybe he's just bewildered by this sudden news. I decided that when both families gather and we formally announce the pregnancy, it'll feel real, and they'll surely be happy. We managed to find a day that worked for both our busy schedules to gather both families. Since that day of the pregnancy revelation, my husband seemed to be avoiding me, and our relationship felt awkward. About 10 days later, both sets of parents, along with my sister, gathered at our house. Thank you all for coming today, despite your busy schedules.
So, I heard you're pregnant.
Yes. So, I wanted to make that announcement today.
An announcement? What kind of announcement?
About the pregnancy.
Isn't there something else you need to say?
What's this about? I had my suspicions, and it seems there's a reason after all.
Mother-in-law. It seems both my husband and mother-in-law suspect I cheated. I swear to God I didn't cheat, and the baby in my belly is genuinely my husband's. Why is everyone so suspicious? Come to think of it, my husband mentioned he's infertile. Taking this chance to confirm, I boldly asked in front of everyone. Hey, about what you said before, about being infertile.
That's right. I have azoospermia. I can't have children.
Huh? I never heard about that.
Because I never told you. You never mentioned wanting children either.
There was an incident in the past where he got into a big argument after someone he dated claimed to be pregnant. We had tests done then and found out he had an extremely low sperm count.
I was too embarrassed to tell my wife.
If we get the diagnosis, it confirms the cheating.
No way. Even if it's embarrassing, it's something important, so he has to say it properly. But is he infertile? I looked at my parents' faces in astonishment after unexpectedly learning my husband's secret. Both parents were red-faced and looking down. I haven't done anything wrong. I thought they'd be happy about the pregnancy. Why are they all making such scary faces? I completely couldn't understand the situation.
You should be ashamed.
My father suddenly slapped me, and I stared at him in shock and confusion. Then my mother, in tears, said something like this.
I'm sorry for what my daughter has done.
How can we apologize?
Wait. I haven't done anything wrong.
Just be quiet.
Then my sister, who had been silently listening, finally spoke up.
Excuse me for interrupting. When was Ryan diagnosed with azoospermia?
Do you need to know that? It's private.
I'm a doctor.
Huh? My sister has been an obstetrician at a prestigious hospital in the city for several years. She's so busy that we rarely see each other. Even when I got married, I only reported it over the phone due to these reasons. My husband didn't even realize she was a doctor. He only knew she worked at a hospital. Since childhood, my sister and I have never seen eye to eye with our parents. It might be because we were raised strictly, but we shared things we couldn't tell our parents and grew up together. So, despite seeing each other infrequently, I feel like my sister and I understand each other. My sister mentioned she sees many infertile couples at her clinic.
Would you like to get another test at my hospital? It's also about my sister's honor.
But we already know the results.
Sperm quality can change depending on mental and physical conditions. There could be exceptions.
Huh.
With just a few words from my sister, both sets of parents fell silent. My husband seemed reluctant, but since I was indeed pregnant, we agreed to a retest at my sister's hospital. The results showed no issues with my husband's sperm quality. Recalling when he was previously diagnosed with azoospermia, we realized it was after severe flu complications. My sister explained that although rare, extreme illness can affect sperm quality shortly afterward. My husband had a complex expression upon learning he wasn't infertile, and he changed his attitude towards me, showering me with attention as if to confirm that the baby was indeed his.
Megan, you haven't been feeling well since getting pregnant, right? I'll start helping out with household chores from now on.
Huh?
I still haven't fully realized. I'll make sure to tell my mom properly.
What's that? The last gathering was a disaster.
The situation is different now. I had to set things right.
I don't want another gathering.
Don't say that. This is a joyous occasion.
He completely changed his tune. Just recently, he suspected me of cheating and showed no concern during my morning sickness, but now he was acting like a caring partner. Although he suggested more family gatherings, I refused. Even with his changed behavior, my anger didn't subside. He accused me harshly, even calling me unfaithful, and then acted like a proud father as soon as he learned he wasn't infertile. Normally, I wouldn't hold on to things like this, but maybe because of the changes in my body, I couldn't bring myself to forgive him.
Megan, are you still mad?
Of course.
When I told my mom about my test results, she was overjoyed and eager to see her grandchild.
Huh? But you were accusing me of cheating not long ago.
I had no choice. I thought I was infertile.
I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I was embarrassed.
I was embarrassed too. I was falsely accused of cheating.
That's in the past now.
It's not that simple. My anger only grew day by day. Not only my husband but also my mother-in-law, who was quick to assume I cheated, and who now happily awaited her first grandchild, left me incredulous. I knew this mental state would not be good for the baby. I decided to divorce, believing in myself, and having lived independently without relying on my parents. I want a divorce.
What?
This baby is ours. I was truly hurt that you didn't admit it from the beginning. Let alone being accused of cheating.
But my illness.
Why didn't you tell me about that from the start? Before we got married, even before we started dating, you believed that, right?
Well, but do I have an obligation to say that?
This isn't about obligation. I've heard recently that there's a trend of premarital checks to ensure there are no fertility issues. We were together for a long time and became insensitive to such matters. It's infuriating that all suspicions about pregnancy fall on the woman. Pregnancy certainly changes a woman's body, but to place all responsibility on her is incredibly outdated. I was fed up with my husband and mother-in-law's way of thinking. I began living separately when I entered a stable period. I'm going to file for divorce. Not amicably, but towards divorce.
Why? Can't you forgive me already?
How can I forgive you? You and your mother not only denied me, but also invalidated our child. I can't raise a child with someone like that.
Are you planning to raise the child alone while working?
Of course, I'll need you to settle the financial aspects. That's why we'll go through mediation. I couldn't forgive my parents' behavior at the pregnancy party either. Without believing in their daughter, they publicly slapped me in the face. I planned to raise this child on my own without relying on my parents. For that, I needed my sister's help. I asked my sister to provide a certificate proving that the child was my husband's. Of course, the DNA test confirmed the parentage. Now I could claim child support from my husband without any doubt. When this was communicated to my husband through mediation, his family's obsession with having children intensified. Both my husband and his parents tried to dissuade me from divorce for the sake of having a grandchild, but I blocked all contact by changing my phone number.
The other party says they'll change their approach towards you.
Anyone can say that. I no longer trust my husband.
Your child's parentage has been scientifically proven. I'll also work hard to ensure you receive compensation and child support.
Thank you. I appreciate your help. Thanks to the mediator's support, I received compensation for the accusations of infidelity and secured child support. My husband, who was an architect, thought the amounts were trivial since he was living separately from me. However, he had a severe habit of spending and gambling, even borrowing from loan sharks. I had suspected something when he received messages from unfamiliar financial companies. While we were married, he used to embezzle living expenses, which I only realized later. He had planned to support his parents' pension from the sale of our previous home, but that was no longer possible. Now they live in a small apartment, selling the house they once owned, and spending a lonely retirement. Several months later, I gave birth to a healthy baby girl at my sister's hospital. Fortunately, she strongly resembles me. With help from my sister's connections, I was referred to a nursery, enabling me to return to work shortly after giving birth and enjoy my role as a single mother. I've become somewhat distant from my parents. However, I feel it might be unfortunate if my daughter grows up without knowing her grandparents. Perhaps I should allow her to meet them if she expresses a desire to do so. I don't hold grudges, but I do wish my parents would take a good look at themselves. These days, I also think about showing my parents' true selves to my daughter. Did you enjoy the video? Please like and subscribe to the channel. It will encourage us for future video production. Also, be sure to watch the next video.